Normally, I find anime movies to be easy skips due to the whole non-canon nature, but I would say please give Jujutsu Kaisen 0 a watch, because not only is it canon, it's also amazing. Jujutsu Kaisen 0 doesn't feature the main trio such as Itadori, Megumi, and Nobara. Instead, it focuses on a young boy known as Yuta Okotsu. Right at the beginning, we're thrust into his rather tragic upbringing and how he had to deal with all his problems, such as being cursed and bullies. And just as his emotions are about to reach a breaking point, in comes Gojo. Without delving into the show too much, Gojo repeatedly shows that he truly does care for his students, and it's no different now in the movie. His lighthearted and humorous approach to connecting with the students definitely makes this one of the highlights of this movie. Speaking of the students, the bond that Yuta forms with the students, Panda, Inumaki, and Maki was pretty good to see. At the beginning he was so afraid of being around them, but towards the end he really felt connected with them, and even used their techniques in some ways. Although among the three of them, I have to say Maki was a standout. While she herself wasn't in that many scenes, each one she really showcased the kind of differences she had to go through, as she was the kind of sorcerer who didn't have any innate cursed energy, which really made her an outcast among not only just her fellow students, but even amongst her family, the Zenin clan. Of course, we can't forget about the most important relationship Yuta had in this movie, the one he had with Rika. Watching his childhood love turn into a cursed spirit really warped Yuta's mind, but over the course of the film it turned into love and admiration, and watching it finally blow out in the end was amazing. Really made me want to shed a tear. The primary antagonist, Geto, was also masterfully executed. He had a philosophy that Jujutsu users were dominant over those who weren't Jujutsu users, or monkeys as he called them. While I can agree he had a few points about humanity as a whole, his overall method of trying to execute it was just something I could not agree with. The way he and Yuta engaged in combat at the end was actually one of the most amazing things I've seen MAPPA do in terms of Jujutsu Kaisen. Speaking of combat, the whole thing was wonderful. Action scenes everywhere. We even saw a few highlights from some fan favorite characters like Nanami. This movie really highlighted MAPPA's skills when it comes to animating fights, and I can't wait for more. Now, while I've been singing my praises about the movie, I don't think everything about this is great. For example, while I do believe the plot is very good, the pacing is, not so great. There are too many instances in this movie where it seems as though it's just moving too fast, jumping from one scene to another with no explanation. It's just way too much. I really feel as though they should have expanded the movie at least a few more minutes to really get everything through. Another problem I have with this movie is the girth of characters that just aren't used. Panda really didn't get to do much of anything. And what about the principal? He was pretty much just there giving orders. While I get the story is about Yuta, a proper balance of some of these background characters would have better served the movie as a whole. This criticism definitely applies to the villains. Other than Geto, none of them really mattered in the end. I mean, there was a guy who had hearts on his body, and we really didn't see anything from him at all. I don't think he even got his name. Despite these caveats, this is overall a fantastic film, and anyone who's interested in Jujutsu Kaisen should give this a watch, especially since watching this won't really give away any spoilers as to what's happening in the main show, but we'll give some few highlights and some plot points I think will become important in the future. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like what you saw, try to give a like or leave a comment. If you didn't like what you saw, try to leave me some feedback to see in ways I can improve. Thank you. Have a nice day.